Hello and welcome to another LeetCode problem. We're going to be doing the problem of the day for June 12th, and it's pretty straightforward. Summary ranges. So you're given a sorted unique integer array nums, and then it's telling you a range is a set of integers from all to A to B inclusive. Return the smallest sorted list of ranges that cover all the numbers in the array exactly. And so pretty much what they're trying to say, how this problem is broken down is, looking at these numbers, split them into ranges where if the numbers are more than one apart, then split those into ranges. So for example, if we have numbers 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, take every single place where the numbers differ by more than one and split that into ranges. So where's that? So right here, they are differ by more than one, and right here. And so if you look, that's the output. So 0 to 2, 4, 5, and 7. And for the second problem, it's 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. So let's do the same thing. So we have cut here, and cut here. Okay, and you have 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. So now the only other part we have left to do is for all these ranges, how do we represent them as a range, right? So how do we represent 0 instead of 0, 1, 2? How do we do this? So if we can do that, then we're pretty much done with the problem. Once we know that these need to be more than one apart, it's pretty straightforward. But what we can actually maintain is we can maintain a start range and an end range number for each of these. And once we get to a break, then we just ask ourselves, is the start range and the end range the same? If they are, just output the one number, and if not, then output the whole range. And let's see what that actually looks like. So we're going to go through these two examples, and we are going to go through them and show you, like, so let's say we have this output array. Okay, and then, so initially we're going to declare, so let's just say S and E. We're going to declare start and end to be the first number in the array. So they're going to be 0. And then all we're going to be doing is going index by index and asking, is the current index more than one greater than the index before? And actually, sorry, instead of the index before, we're going to say, is the current index more than one greater than this end? So we're going to go to 1. We remember we initialize them to the first element, so we don't do that. So we go to 1 and we say, okay, is it more than one greater than the index before? No, it's not. It's only one greater. So let's update our end to 1. Now we're going to go, so we were at 1. Now we're going to go to 2, and we're going to ask ourselves again, is it one greater or more than one greater than the end? No, it's not. So let's update that to 2. Now we get to this 4. The 4 is more than one greater than the end. So now what we need to do is we need to check the start and the end. If they're the same, we need to print one number, and if they're not, we can simply print the range because we have the start and the end. So we're going to do start to end. Now we are going to update our values, so we have a new range. We're going to once again make both the start and the end the same value, so 4, 4. Now we go to 5. Is it more than one greater than the end? No, it's not, so we're going to update this to be a 5. Go over here. Is it more than one greater than the end? Yes, it is. So now we look at our start and their end. They are different, so we're going to have a 4 to a 5. And then finally, once we actually finish the loop, so when we're at the 7, we're going to have the 7, 7. Once we actually finish the loop, we do have to check one more time for this case because we're still going to have a start and an end. So once we're done with the 7, then we look, is our start and our end different? No, they're not, so we'll just put in one of them. And so that's the answer for that one. And now let's look at example 2. And this should be pretty straightforward. So we have start and an end. We initialize them to be the first element in the array. Okay, we go over here. Is 2 more than 1 greater than end? Yes, it is. So now we check, is our start and end different? No, they're not. So we're just going to put in the one number. We're going to update both of these to be the 2. Go to the 3. 3 is only 1 greater, so we're going to update this to be a 3. Go to the 4, only 1 greater, update. Go to the 6, it is 2 greater, so now we're going to check start and end. They're different, so we need the range. Okay, and we also need to update our numbers to both be 6 now. Go to the 8. It is 2 greater, so they're the same, so we're just going to put in 6. Update both of these to be an 8. Go to the 9. It's only 1 greater, so we're going to update our result. And once we're out of the array, remember we have to do one more check, so they are not the same, so we have to do 8, 9. Okay, let's take a look at Yeah, so that's correct. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole code, where we're just going to be looping through this thing and we're just going to be checking. And so let's actually code that up. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to need is, there is a case where the array is empty, and if the array is empty, we just need to return nothing. So if not, we return this. We do need to have a result, and we need to have a start and a stop, like I said before, so, or start and end. Now we need to loop, or we need to actually make them equal to the first number of nums, so nums0, nums0. Now we need to loop through nums, but we need to skip the first value. So if nums I is greater than n plus 1, remember if we have more than a 1 difference, that's what we do here. And then also if the start and end aren't the same, then we need the range. So if start does not equals end, then res.append str start plus the arrow plus str end, else res.append str end. They're both the same, you can pick either one. And now we also need to update our new values, right? So start end equals nums I. And so if that's not the case, then we need to update our end value. And that's just going to be nums I. Okay, and now finally, once we break out of the loop, we also need to do this code again, because remember, we're still going to have a start and an end value once we break out. So that's going to be there. Okay, hopefully that's it. Okay, nice. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be all the code for this. Let's go over the time and space here. And so for the time, we are looping through this nums array once, so that's O of n. We're not doing anything special like in the loop or anything, we're just looping through it one time. Space. So if you do count our res, we can have like, we can have n total outputs, but if we don't count our res, which most solutions don't, then it's big O of 1 because we just have a start and an end, which are constant values. So yeah. So I think this is the time and space. And that's going to be all for this problem. Hopefully you liked it, and if you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.